favorite scene with Kathryn would have to be the scene that we did, we took in the car. It's actually in the opening of the trailer.
Taffy goes against the usual stepsister stereotype in that she's actually quite sweet and supportive of her sister. How did you and Kathryn Newton build that camaraderie, and what was your favorite moment to film together?
So for Kathryn and I, we didn't have that many days before we actually started filming to actually build up our relationship or anything. So we kind of just had to throw ourselves into the whole project. But it was actually very easy. I feel like her and I get along very well. Like our personalities are such a good match. I think we just have really natural chemistry with each other. It also helps that we're the same age and that we're interested in a lot of the same things. I would say one thing that we mainly bonded over in the beginning was our love for BLACKPINK. I didn't know that at the time that she was obsessed with BLACKPINK, but she told me that she knows all their songs, even knows their dance steps. So I have a bunch of videos that we took of us dancing to BLACKPINK and just listening to K-pop. My favorite scene with Kathryn would have to be the scene that we did, we took in the car. It's actually in the opening of the trailer. That scene we filmed late at night, because how it works in America is we only have 12 hours a day to film. And so if they have night sequences that they need to film, we get called very late at night. So my call time at the time was 10 p.m. And we filmed that until 6 a.m. in the morning. So me and her were really struggling to stay up all night because I haven't been taping in a while. And throughout the whole week we were filming early in the morning and we would finish early in the day. And so we were just hyping each other up the whole time, trying to keep ourselves awake. We were in the car while waiting for setup, just rapping, because she also loves super rap music, which I also enjoy. So we were hyping each other up, singing rap songs, just filming TikToks and everything. So I think that's the most memorable and most fun I had with her on the set.
So Taffy has actually a lot of memorable one-liners in the show. How did you practice your comedic timing and delivery? And were any of those ad-libbed?
I was actually very nervous about that because Zelda did tell me that my character has to be not trying to be funny, but she just is naturally funny. And for me, I think comedy is one of the hardest genres because it's easy to make people cry. I feel like it's easy to scare people, but it's really hard to make someone laugh. And I'm not very confident in my comedic timing or anything, so I really relied on the help of our director, Zelda, to kind of guide me through the amount of comedy that I put in a lot of my one-liners. She would kind of guide me on when to drop the line and kind of how to drop the line, and then she would also give me a few takes where I could completely experiment with how I wanted to deliver it. So it was a nice combination of me and her just trying to find the right pockets.
Taffy might seem like she has the perfect life as the popular cheerleader, but she actually does have a vulnerable side that you get to show as well. So also, spoiler alert, when she's revealed to have a love life, she does suffer for it.
Yeah.
As an actor, how do you feel, or what type of scene was the most difficult for you to film? The comedy, the vulnerability or drama, the romance, or the horror aspect of it?
When I try to remember everything that we did during filming, the scene that I had the hardest time with was the first scene I ever took in the whole movie, which actually that scene is in the trailer. It's she could even be in beauty pageants.
She could probably even do pageants if she had congeniality.
So that was my first scene and I was just very nervous because it was my first day working with everybody. I honestly wasn't very comfortable with my English at the time too because people had noticed that I had a bit of a Filipino accent and I was trying my best to have more of an 80s English accent. So I was very self-conscious about it the whole time.
There are actually quite a lot of comedic moments in the film. Which one in particular caused you to break character most and why?
I think the only time I ever broke character on that whole set was in the scene that Kathryn, Cole, and Henry are with me in that scene. It's actually the climax of the whole movie. And it was just so funny because Kathryn was actually so funny. She kept on breaking character first and forcing, not forcing, but because she would break out of character, we would all just break out into laughter because of her. Even though it was the climax of the film, the director and everybody on the set just made it feel like it was just any other fun scene that we were all filming together. And I think it helped that all four of us we're all in the same age range. We were all together, so we were just having fun.
What particular scene for you was the most memorable to film, whether it was because of a certain character or because of an emotional aspect involved in the scene?
Again, going back to that scene where me, Henry, Cole, and Kathryn were all together, I think that was the most fun and the most difficult because there was a lot of different elements of the scene that had to have perfect timing. The comedy, the drama, the action, like it was all 4 genres in one in that particular scene, but also there was like elements of Cole's character having to like chop something and then I had to like scream at the top of my lungs. So it was like chaos happening on the set, but it was so much fun and it was so memorable because all of us had so much fun and we weren't really pressured even though it was a big scene.
Now that you've made your Hollywood debut, what is next for you in terms of your career plans? Is there a movie or a TV series that you'd particularly like to do or an actor you'd like to collaborate with?
Right now, because I just finished watching Narcos, I would say an actor that I really want to work with is Pedro Pascal. I think he's so charming and such a great actor. I also really like James McAvoy, who is Professor X in X-Men. I also think he's just one of the best actors in the world. He's amazing at what he does. From the actresses, I love Zendaya, I love Angelina Jolie. And if there was any project that I would like to be in, honestly, like I dream of being in Euphoria sometimes because I really admire Zendaya as a person, and I know that she co-produced that series as well. So I would love to learn from her, and I would love to be in something like The Last of Us because I really love zombie films and I love action thrillers. Hey Cosmo girls, this is Liza Soberano, and I would like to invite all of you guys to watch my upcoming film, Lisa Frankenstein, coming out in theaters nationwide this February 7th. Thank you so much, Cosmopolitan Philippines.